everybody. This is Q Sub with another fragrance review. And today I'm going to be reviewing Stetson Black. Okay, Stetson Black was first released in 2005. The Walgreens description is: this sexy, sophisticated fragrance of the American West contains a blend of warm spices and fresh woods that arouse the senses. Magnetic and distinctively masculine with enticing notes of leather and suede, this is an intensely irresistible fragrance. And it's made in the USA. The top notes are white pepper, basil, cypress, and nutmeg. The middle notes are cedarwood, vetiver, and musk. And the base notes are suede, patchouli, oak moss, and sandalwood. The main accords are woody, warm, spicy, leather, powdery, aromatic, and musk.
Tiger. Jiu-jitsu. Skilled. This is not a dance.
Okay, got it. Got it. Oh, the main accords. Oh, woody. Oh, warm, spicy. Oh, leather. Oh, powdery. Oh, aromatic. Oh, and musk. So, as usual, shit. And so, as with all of my reviews, I'm going to give a little tester and give a candid camera type of review of what it smells like. Opens with a bang. Oh, okay, this is really similar to YSL Homme Libre, but it has a more leathery top. It has good sillage, and it's not a bomb, unless you really spray a lot. It smells like a lot of other more expensive scents in the same accord genre, but at a fraction of the price. It has a more blue-collar, cowboy or working man's kind of bluntness to it, but it's more of like an after-work style cologne, and it opens up possibilities of, like, if you're seeing a football game with the guys, or if you're with the gals, it might get them in a more uninhibited and salacious mood. Keep in mind, Stetson is the name of a cowboy hat, so that should give you an idea of the sort of type of person this is for. It's more for the outdoors guy, an active, like a man's man, a down and dirty kind of guy. The projection on this is just right. It can be smelled in close contact with the person, but not too much further away from them. And it does have like a cowboy rawhide kind of manly smell that I know for a fact can turn chicks on. While it's still nice enough to wear to a more formal environment, like a work party or an award ceremony or like a sporting event. Now, for quality, I give it a 6. It tends to get better on the dry down, and it holds stable for like 6 or 7 hours, but that's maximum. That's being pretty generous. Now, on some people it smells brooding and dark and leathery and masculine, while on others it smells kind of sweet and syrupy and like berries and maybe a little nauseating. I mean, what can I say? That's the reason that the quality rating of 6 means there's a lot of variance from person to person. And, you know, like on some people it can smell like a 10, and on others it fails to project nearly that same attractiveness. It makes it a hard sell on my part. I suggest trying out a sample for a day before buying a whole bottle. It does tend to work well if your hobby or occupation makes you sweat a lot. It just brings out something good about the masculine aura in that regard. For office drones or like intellectual Ivy Tower people, you should look elsewhere. This is definitely more of like a cowboy kind of scent. Now, the presentation I give a 7. It's a simple look, but you know, a masculine look, I guess. It's a real blue-collar cowboy kind of bottle for regular guys that have kind of swagger. Now, the price I give an 8, or 8, between 8 and 9 actually. At $7 an ounce, this is a lot cheaper than you'll find than other colognes in the same genre, which would be at least 3 times as much. Now, you don't need to apply that much to get good projection off this. About 2 sprays are plenty. It's actually a good price point, a really good price point. And if you're kind of on a budget, this is something you can buy at, you know, Walgreens or Walmart or just about anywhere. And if it happens to work with your body, then, you know, it could be a good deal for you. Now, projection, I give it 10. As I mentioned before, this is right on the money. If you pass by somebody or get close to them, they'll be able to smell it, and it can smell attractive without having anything fruity or floral about it. And I know a lot of guys don't care for that flowery, fruity kind of smell. I totally get that. But further away, there's really not a lot of sillage. It doesn't really bomb the rest of the room. It makes it great for guys who want to add a little character to their day. But it's not really overt. You know, it's more low-key. The suede, you know, projects naturally with like a well-hung stud, which is like a badass with a really big. Well, I mean, you can figure out what that would be. Okay, so the longevity, I get a 4. If you juiced up big time, which I would not recommend with this, it'll last for like 7 hours maximum, and that's being generous. So all in all, I give the fragrance, I actually give it a 7, because the economy and a lot of guys are out of work. They just want something they can smell good with and go out and be on the ball and do stuff with, you know, and not be like an oddball or you know, so nobody can like stigmatize them to any particular kind of person except just kind of like an active masculine guy. You know, I think it definitely deserves a 7 for that, given these times we're in.
But I guess I really can't complain. The girls are fine and the surf's insane, and everybody's losing their brain where the sun always shines and it never rains. Way out west, we miss the rain. So if you're coming out west, I got a little advice. Be sure to bring your sunglasses if you want to keep your eyes. And if you go to LA, you better hold your breath. And don't forget to bring a gun to the wild, wild west. Yeehaw! Yeehaw! Get